Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Shell here and welcome back to my channel. What's up going Bombshell Squad? We are finally in 2020 and I know I look like I'm in Christmas. I know I look like actually where you going in the red. Life can take some turn for me, so I know what I want. But anyways, we're not gonna dwell on the past. We're in a brand new decade, we're in a brand new year. And if you guys haven't seen this makeup tutorial as yet, if you don't see it yet, it's a come very soon. Like it's coming because I filmed it. But anywho, I want to give credit to where credit is due. You guys already seen what we're gonna be doing in today's video. So I'm gonna search and try to do my best to find the comments. Her name is LT Louise 00. So she commented on one of my videos asking if I could do if I could only keep 10 eyeshadow palettes tagged. So thank you so much for requesting that video. That's what we're going to be doing today. So big up yourself, Louise, because you're large. You feel me? Stop babbling and further ado, if you guys want to see my top of the top 10 eyeshadow palettes, please continue to watch. I actually have 11 palettes here and I'm gonna try my best to kind of list them in order of how I love them, but I feel like it's hard for me to do that because I love all of them for different reasons. So the first palette that I'm gonna mention in today's video is this palette right here. Now this palette was sent to me in PR. This is from the company called Cara Cosmetics, I think. I'll try to find their company and list it down below. And this is their 35 color Galaxy palettes. Now, when you hear Galaxy, what do you think of? Sparkly, bright, everything pretty. This is what this looks like in the palette, and the reason why I had to include this in my top 10 is because I use this in almost every one of my Vlogmas videos and I fell in love with it. Like I used it a couple of times when they sent it to me because I had to do a review on it when they sent it to me, but Vlogmas made me fall in love with this palette. Now I have a lot of loose eyeshadows in my collection and a lot of times I don't like, I want to use glitter but I don't use glitter because I don't want to be bothered with the glue and then sticking the glitter on, and that is just, it's just a messy process to use loose glitters. So I was turning to this all the time and I was like, damn, this palette is good. And then I also love the fact that you get such a huge variety of colors in here. So I had to put this in my top 10 because now whenever I'm going out, I'm going to a party or I'm doing a client's makeup and I just want easy glitter, I can grab for this palette and you can literally find any color in here. Now on their website they do have more with more colors, so if you guys are interested I would highly recommend picking these up, and they were very inexpensive. They weren't even like super expensive, so I love this palette, you guys. It is like soft pressed glitters, so you just gotta take your time when you're using them. You put it on a brush and then place it on the eyes, but you don't have to use glitter. It doesn't fall out, it doesn't crumble on your eyes, it doesn't cake up, it doesn't look weird. It just sits where you put it and it stays flawless all day long. So I had to list this in my top 10. Alright you guys, in 9th place is another revolutionary palette that came out in 2019, and I list this palette one because it comes with a huge variety of shades that you can work with, and not only that, the quality is like tip top quality, like amazing quality, and that is the James Charles palette. I wanted to buy this palette but my best friend actually first me at Ulta and got it for me, and I absolutely love this palette. I had to put it in my top 10. Now I'm starting to not like super big palettes anymore because I don't have a problem with storing my palettes because you guys see how I store my palettes in my beauty room tour. If you guys haven't seen my beauty room tour, make sure you go back and watch it. Shellybombshell beauty room tour, you will find it. But the quality of these shadows are just absolutely phenomenal. Like I feel like this is one of the best palettes that Morphe made in 2019. And I am very happy to the fact that these 4 shadows right here came in the big size because these are the 4 that I use the most. You get a lot of different colors in here. You have your little purple pinky section, you have your green section over here, blue in the middle, your reds and your oranges up top, and then you can still create a neutral look with this. It still come with a super matte black in here, dark brown. So I feel like this palette is one of them that I could say that I could use all the time, because if I want something pretty, colorful, smoky, neutral, I can get all of that from this guy right here. So had to include this in my top 10. Love it. The only thing I would say that I don't like about this palette is the fact that they're still putting these sleeves in these palettes and not putting the name inside of the palette. Like, if you have a drugstore company out here that could be putting the names inside a palette, come on, Morphe, y'all be making too much money for this nonsense. This needs to stop in 2020, okay? In 2020, we don't want the sleeves with the names on it. We don't. Alright guys, so this palette is a number 8, and I actually think I got this palette in 2018, and I'm not throwing out my makeup, I'm sorry, like I'm not about to do that, but I absolutely loved this palette when I came out, and I feel like if I had to choose 10 palettes out of my collection, I would definitely have to choose this one out of it, because this is one of my most expensive palettes, and these are the colors that I gravitate towards almost all the time. And this is the Queen of Hearts colored Raine eyeshadow palette. Looks a little bit beat up because I have been using it for quite some time now, but I absolutely love this guy right here. For the size of it, I love the fact that it comes with a mirror, so if I'm traveling with it, then I can use it. It's a little bit dirty right now and I need to clean it off, but as you guys can see, you get your neutral colors in here, a little bit of pops of pink, that really bright coral orangey shade, and then you get some shimmers in here. Now this, I would say, is my everyday eyeshadow palette. These are the colors that I would tend to wear all the time. Like this color right here called Royal Prerogative, and then Duchess. I could live with those 2 colors and be good for the rest of my days, okay? Be good. And then this color up here called Empress, I could just live with those 3 colors and be good for the rest of my life. Those are my go-to staple colors. But oh my god, like this color right here, Royal Highness, oh my god, it's so stunning. Like look at that. Like, oh my Jesus, so pigmented, so buttery, so blendable, not patchy, easy to work with. Like, this palette is a dream. Like, it is so good. For number 7, I had to mention this palette right here, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about these palettes, and this is the only one that I have from their collection, but I had to mention it in this video, and that is the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. I love this. Oh my god, like when I tell you guys I love this palette, like I freaking love this palette, and I was watching it for so long, and I think I end up paying like the almost $30 for this, and then it went on sale right after I bought it from BH Cosmetics, and I was so freaking pissed. Come, I love when things go on sale. Now this is what the palette looked like inside, if you guys haven't seen it already. And for a lot of people, they would look at it and be like, I don't like how it looks inside. But I didn't mind how it looks. I was like, I just want to try the shadows to get the quality. But like I said again, love this guy right here. Like, so stunning. You get so many different varieties in here. I love the concept of the palettes with like the different colors and the signs. Absolutely love that. The matte shades blend like a dream. So buttery, so pigmented, and the shimmer shades to die for. And then if you wet the shimmer shades, they're even way much more prettier. I know a lot of people are not talking about this palette, but I love it bad. This shade in the middle right here is a highlighter shade. If you have super light skin, this could work for you, but for me it's not unless I'm trying to be a unicorn over here, and I'm not. But anyways, love this guy. This palette, stunning. Okay, number 6. Okay, number 6 palette that I cannot live without if I had to choose 10 palettes. the Juvia's Place Warrior palette. Oh my days. Okay, oh my days, I love this. I love how it look. I love the color of it. I love the queens on here, black queens, honey, because you can't live your life without a black queen. You just can't. You just can't. So I'm going to show you guys what this look like, and this is the only Juvia's Place palette that I picked. If it was up to me, I would have picked all of them, the whole of them, because the whole of them good. Like, I love Juvia's Place eyeshadow palettes, but this is my favorite palette from Juvia's Place, only because it's a brown girl friendly. Okay, you don't find a lot of palettes on the market that are just targeted to brown skinned girls. Like, you don't find that. Okay, you don't find that no more. But I absolutely love this palette right here, and the main reason why I love this palette is because of this shade right here called Kano, K-A-N-O, Kano. This shade right here, this is almost my skin tone. Like, it's so close to my skin tone. If I just want to blend something out on my lid when I do my makeup and I don't want it to look like I have eyeshadow on, this is my perfect shade. Like, I love this palette. All right guys, in the number 5 spot, because we have 5, right? 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, in the number 5 spot, it is the ColourPop times I Love Sarahii Through My Eyes eyeshadow palette. Now, I was battling so hard between this palette and the Makeup Shayla palettes, and I love them both. Like, I love them both so dearly. Absolutely love the Makeup Shayla palette. However, Makeup Shayla palette does not have teal in it, and I don't think it has this deep burgundy shade, and that's what I gravitate towards the most when it came down to this palette and that palette. So that's the reason why. Let me see if I can reach it. I want to show you guys what I am talking about. So when I compared both palettes to choose which one I wanted to choose in my top 10, the reason why I chose this palette over this one is because you see these colors here, this gray, this black, and this blue, and even this green. These are shades that I'm not a big fan of. I don't gravitate towards these shades a lot. However, when I looked in this palette has this really deep purple shade right here, this teal shimmer shade, and then this matte like a hunter green shade. Absolutely love those 3 palettes, and that's the reason why I chose this one over that one. Alright guys, down to the number 4 spot, and that is going to be bam, my Morphe times Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette. Second palette that I have in here from Morphe, and you guys, like, I don't like the fact that this is so dirty. I think I'm gonna end up decluttering this and giving it to somebody, and then I'm gonna upgrade and get a new one and get the one with the packaging that you can clean off, because I don't like the fact that this is so dirty. That was one downfall they made when they made this palette. Now, I've had to put this palette in here because, like I said, these are all the shadows that I love to use on a day-to-day basis. Right in here in the heart of the shadow, like right in here in the middle, come around to this corner. Love all these colors. The top row I don't tend to use as much, but from the second row all the way down, love everything in here. Like, these are the shades that I just described in the I Love Sarahii palette. This one is also similar to the one in the I Love Sarahii palette. You get a matte black in here, and then I get all these like brown shades in here. If I could choose one palette out of my collection for my everyday eyeshadow palettes, it would definitely have to be this one, because it has all the colors that I love to use, and it blends very well. The colors are pigmented. You could get like the most prettiest looks out of this palette. So yeah, I had to include it in my collection. Like, there's no way I could have a top 10 and this not be in there, because I love Jaclyn Hill, duh, and I love Morphe, duh, and I love eyeshadows, duh. What else do you expect? Like Alright guys, so for my number 3 spot in my top 10 eyeshadow palettes, that would have to be the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette. Bam! I absolutely love this palette. Like in the ending of 2018, because I think that's when she launched her brand in 2018, going into 2019. I got the palette a little bit late, like a smidget bidget late, and it's a little bit dusty right now. It's a little bit dirty, but I absolutely love this palette. And when I go back to talking about my everyday shadows, you can see the trend. These are the 2 shades that I use the least, and I wish she didn't include these in here. I wish she included a deeper brown and then a black. Then this palette would have been my dream palette if she had done that. But these 3 shades right here, oh my god, like they're so beautiful. I was in Ulta one day and they had this on display, and I wasn't gonna buy it because it had came out for quite a few months, and I think I either swatched macchiato or creme brulee. One of these shades I swatched, just a one swatch I did, and I was like sold. I said I don't need anything else for me to take this home. I took it off the shelf and I bought it. It was so beautiful when I swatched it. So ever since then, every time I'm doing like an everyday look, a quick makeup look, and I want to add a little bit of something to my eyes, this is one of the palettes that I gravitate towards the most. The colors are pigmented, blendable, not patchy, and you guys, I have nothing but good things to say about this palette. Absolutely amazing, worth every penny, and kudos to you, Dominique, because you're doing the damn thing. Okay, down to my number 2 palette, and I'm gonna say that number 2 is a tie. Number 2 is a tie because I love both of these palettes kind of equally. I would say kind of equally. I'm trying not to drop anything so they don't break, but I love these palettes kind of equally. I feel like I pull for them equally the same. However, I had to choose one over the other, and I'm going to tell you guys why. The number 2 spot went to these 2 guys right here, and that's how I ended up with 11 palettes. This is the P. Louise eyeshadow palette, and this is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. Now, the one that I would choose in my top 10 is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second. We're going to go ahead and go through this and then eliminate it. Oh my goodness, I don't know why when they made this palette they didn't make it like how they made the first one. All they had to do was put it in the same packaging and the palette would have been a dream. Whose idea to put it in this ugly bulky ass package? I have no idea, and I don't know how I fell into the trap of purchasing it. It's just because it had way much more than the original one did, and that's why I bought it. I love the fact that it comes with a huge mirror. That's what it looks like inside, you guys. I absolutely love the color arrangements in here. I love the fact that you get such a lot of bright colors, and I don't have any palettes in my collection that have all these bright pop of colors. I know the James Charles palette have a lot of colors, and other palettes that I have tend to have like a little bit of a trend of like bright poppy colors, but this would be like my dream palette of having like a lot of pop of colors that I can go around and play around with. But I had to eliminate it, and I'm so sorry, P. Louise. I'm so sorry, but because of the packaging I had to say no. If I could choose 10 eyeshadow palettes, I couldn't. Like I don't know. I can't see myself choosing something with this kind of packaging. It's too hard to store it. But other than that, it's very pigmented. The shadows blend very well. The shadows are so smooth. It doesn't give you no crazy fallout. Like, the palette is beautiful, stunning, amazing. Everything in one. Is just the bulky packaging. That's why it got knocked out. And look how far down it came. All the way down to numero dos, like all the way down to number 2. It would have made it, but I had to drop it. So for the number 2 spot, the eyeshadow palette that came and was like I'm here, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna stay here, I'm not going nowhere. That is the Urban Decay Born to Run eyeshadow palette. Love the concept of this, love the packaging of this. This is the best palette that Urban Decay has ever made. Now, I haven't tried a ton of Urban Decay eyeshadow palettes, but I've tried some and me not like them. Me not like them at all. The palette with the little strips like that, I cannot stand it. I hate it. So when they came out with this, I was like, oh my god. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I might have got this on sale because it was on sale. But this is what it looks like, you guys. Mostly neutral. Like it's more in that neutral shade, but you do get a little bit of pop of color here and there. And then over here you get some different colors. There are quite a few shades in this palette that I don't tend to gravitate towards. However, the ones that I do like right in this little area right here, and then these couple of neutrals over here, love them. Like love them to the point where I gravitate towards this palette all the time. Now, I would say that I would prefer my Jaclyn Hill palette over the Born to Run palette, but the reason why this fell a little bit further down in the top 10 is because of the size. So because I can travel with this one, I can just grab this one. It has a mirror on it. The names are in here. The palette is just well thought out, well put together. So this is the reason why it came in the number 2 spot. And the quality, you guys, quality is on point. Quality is amazing. So yeah, if you guys are looking to buy some new eyeshadow palette and this ever goes on sale, because it does go on sale, I highly recommend this palette. Like highly recommend it. I feel like I'm out of breath. We are down to the nitty gritty. Okay, the last daddy of the day. And if you guys think for a second that this palette would make it here, you don't know me. Like you don't know me. Like, I wouldn't say you don't know me. You guys have not seen me use this palette a ton. I've used it a ton off camera. I haven't used it a ton on camera. And that is none other than the Jackie Aina times Anastasia eyeshadow palette. Moment of silence. This is that good. This is that good. Now, you guys know my Anastasia palette collection is large. When I say large, I have at least 6 of Anastasia eyeshadow palettes, at least. And when I tell you guys that nothing compares to this, nothing at all compares to this eyeshadow palette. Nothing at all compares to this. Like, when I tell you guys that this is my most loved eyeshadow palette of all time from Anastasia, this is it. Like, Jackie Aina, you did the damn thing when you created this palette with Anastasia. Now, you guys do know that all of Anastasia palettes come with this brush in them, all the ones that shape like this at least, but this palette is well thought out. Now, the inside of it's set up just the same as all their other eyeshadow palettes, but you guys, the colors in here, brown skin friendly. Anastasia has never done a palette where it just geared towards women of color. Now, any skin tone can use this palette. The colors are just going to look a lot more pigmented on you versus a little bit more toned down. But when I tell you guys that this palette is a black girl's dream, it is literally a black girl's dream. Like, it is so good. And even the quality, Anastasia can go wrong sometimes when it comes to their qualities. I just feel like the shadows are, some of them are just pressed a little bit too soft. So certain brushes that you use with them, it will poke the shadows and it will make them very dusty. Now, any brush that kind of look like this, these white haired brush, the bristles are very hard, very like stiff, so it makes the shadows flake a lot. So the brushes that I like to use the most on Anastasia eyeshadow palettes are the Morphe Elite collection. Now, the Elite collection, the bristles are super soft. When you pat in the eyeshadow, you don't see the eyeshadow falling all over the place and getting super dusty. So I like to use the Elite collection from Morphe, one of my favorite collections to use from them. But other than that, you guys, this palette is absolutely amazing. It blends very well, the colors are pigmented, everything about this is just a dream. Whew, I feel like I am running out of breath, oh my god. But that's about it for my top 10 eyeshadow palettes, you guys. Thanks again, Louise, for requesting this video. If you guys have your own top 10, let me know which ones you have down below. If you guys have any recommendations that you think I should try, let me know down below. I'm looking for video recommendations for things that you guys want to see for this year, so make sure you guys are leaving your comments down below, because I do read all my comments, every one of my comments, and if I don't have time to respond, I'll give you a heart and a like, because I love you and I like you at the same time. So but that's about it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my old subbies that's been here from day one, and thank you for my new subbies that's been here since today. Big up on yourself, do along the lodge. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye.